Welcome to our next Wandering Walks of Wonder adventure. Today we're taking a walking tour of the historic Route 66 city of Miami, Oklahoma. We'll explore this iconic Mother Road town and discover the rich history and vibrant culture that makes up Miami. Our journey begins here in this Mural Park, which is really beautiful. Every year there are new murals that are added around the town, and these are some of the murals that were done this year. One of the things you'll notice when I go through this video is I am saying Miami, not Miami like that city in Florida, because that's the way it's pronounced here in Oklahoma, Miami. Miami has a diverse history that's shaped by centuries of Native American presence. It was a flourishing mining town during the late 19th century and also played a critical role along famous Route 66. Originally inhabited by tribes such as the Osage and Quapaw, the area became part of the United States through the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. The late 1800s saw the discovery of lead and zinc in the region, triggering a mining boom and transforming Miami into a bustling town, aided by the arrival of the railroad in 1871. The 1920s and 1930s marked Miami's association with Route 66, and one of those historic buildings that we see here is the Coleman Theatre. We're actually walking right along Route 66 here. On Main Street, the businesses flourished and catered to travelers along this iconic highway. The Coleman Theatre is a historic and architectural gem that reflects the grandeur of the early 20th century. The Coleman was built in 1929 by George L. Coleman, a local mining magnate. The theater is a great example of Spanish Mission Revival architecture, which you can tell by its elaborate detailing that you see on the outside of the building. During its early years, the Coleman Theatre was a vibrant entertainment hub, hosting vaudeville acts, silent films, and live performances. The theater's opulent interior is adorned with an intricate decor and furnishings, and it provided a luxurious setting for audiences of the time. One of the standout features of the Coleman Theatre is its original Wurlitzer pipe organ, which is still in use today. Across Main Street from the Coleman Theatre is this building, which was constructed in 1910 as a millinery shop for Mrs. Annie Green. For many years, though, this building was used by Charles Bank Wilson, a graduate of Miami High School and a famous Oklahoma artist. He used the upstairs for his studio. Charles Bank Wilson is often referred to as the artist on Main Street. Charles Bank Wilson's artwork is displayed at the Oklahoma State Capitol, the Gilchrist Museum, and in homes all over the state of Oklahoma. Ahead of us is the Federal Building. The first stamp was sold at this new post office building in Miami on August the 11th, 1933. The Federal Building contained a post office, federal office, and a courtroom building. As we walk by, take a look at these lampposts here. They are original to the building and very historic in and of themselves. We're now walking past a building that's on the National Register of Historic Places, and that's the St. James Court building. It was originally constructed as the Commerce Building in 1918 at a cost of $125,000. This building now has loft apartments and has available dining downstairs. This is the Ottawa County Courthouse. This courthouse was constructed in 2009. The old courthouse, which was built in 1917, was built at a cost of $75,000 and consisted of 4 stories and a basement. But due to structural issues, this new courthouse had to be built and was placed on the north end of that complex. Unfortunately, the old courthouse was so dilapidated that it had to be torn down. Walking across the street from the courthouse, we see the Nesbit Building. This building was built by John G. Austin in 1917 at a cost of $7,000. Austin and other lawyers occupied the top floor in the building with other businesses on the first floor. In 1952, Frank Nesbit bought the building and he made major interior renovations to the building. The exterior was kept the same except for replacing the Austin name with Nesbit on the building. The second floor of this building has continued to house law offices since 1917. The first floor, which once contained Doan's Pharmacy, now is occupied by Photo Abstract since the 1950s. Photo Abstract has been in Miami since 1917 because they agreed to furnish photo duplex copies of deeds to the County Register of Deeds. Ottawa County became only the second recording district in the world to adopt photography as a means of maintaining its public records. First National Bank has been part of Miami history since 1900. This 6-floor bank and office building was dedicated on February 22, 1930. Across from Main Street is the Hadley Building. This building is currently operated as KGLC, which is an FM radio station. Depending on your generation, residents remember this drugstore and building by different names, either the Palace, the Hadley, or the Crown. The two-story brick building, the second story was added to the Hadley Drug Building in 1916. Here on our left is the Miami Hotel. This 7-story building, which once contained 121 rooms, was constructed in 1918 and quickly became the headquarters for commercial travelers and tourists. Across the street from the Miami Theatre is the Robinson Building. This building was constructed in 1918 at a cost of $6,000. In 1992, the building was purchased by a church and restored one floor at a time by volunteer members of the ministry. I hope you've enjoyed this Wandering Walks of Wonder adventure here in downtown Miami, Oklahoma. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you on our next Wandering Walks of Wonder adventure. Take care now. Bye-bye.